Hello, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, whenever it is you're watching us. Hello to you.
And hello to you, and welcome to Spiritual Psychic TV here on YouTube.
Yay! Hello, big up YouTubers.
And my name is Matt.
And I'm Kirsty.
And we're MK Clairvoyants, but tonight we're Spiritual Psychic TV here on YouTube. So
Hey,
let's see
Neelam.
who's online.
Nice to see you,
Hello,
Neelam.
Neelam. Hello there, Suze.
Nice to see you. Hi to you.
Hello, Terry Wall.
Hello, lovely Terry Wall. Can I just say a big up to you, my darling? You've tried so hard, haven't you? Lots and lots of love to you, my darling, because you amazing woman.
Most definitely.
Yeah, you tried so hard to battle the beasties, but yeah, well done, my darling.
Hello, Shelley Hall.
Hi, Shelley. Nice to see you.
Hello, Sherry Dyer.
Sherry Dyer, lovely to see you.
Hello, Wendy Cleaton.
Hi. Hello, Christine Davis.
Hello,
Hey.
Sam Rogan.
Good evening, Sam. You're not a troublemaker, are you, darling? No. Hello, Daniela. Daniela, yeah, that one as well. Yeah. Holly Johnson. Hey, hi to see you. Nice to see you. Good evening to you. Oh, hi everybody.
Hello.
Mr. and Mrs. B. Hello to you.
Hello there, Lauren.
Hi, Lauren. Exclamation mark. Oh, hello, Christine. Christine Maris. Maris?
Murray, I think, but I might be wrong. You may be right.
Hello to Alison Barton. Good evening to you, my lovely.
Hello, Alison. Hello, Pamela Roger.
Pamela. Pammy, you're not allowed to call her Pammy. She gets tells you off.
Hello, Cheryl.
Hi, Cheryl. Nice to see you.
Hello, Nature Lover.
Oh, Nature Lover. That sounds mysterious, doesn't it? Yeah, lovely.
You know what's funny about YouTube? Unless they've got the pictures on, they don't have a head that's attached to the body.
Okay.
Look at the next one.
Okay. Oh, well, that's Terry, the lovely, sending a lovely big heart, yes. A big heart to you too.
Good evening, Cheryl again.
Yeah. Hi, Cheryl Burden. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Pamela's saying good evening to you too, Richard. Richard says good evening to you too, Pamela.
Rachel G. Palmistry.
Oh, hello. Palmistry. Fabulous. I can't wait to see you again. You were amazing. You were. This lady's on tomorrow night. She was absolutely amazing. She did me a fantastic reading on my hand. I loved it. Really, really interested in that.
She said you're with someone sophisticated and loving and everything else. And I'm thinking, who's that?
Did she?
She did.
Oh, bless. And Cheryl says good evening to you too also, Richard. Richard sends his good evening out. Okay, Vivian McIntosh, good evening to you too. Oh, Sue says hi to Richard. Richard, you're getting a lot of highs here, and he's waving furiously in the background. I can hear his arm flapping. Bless you.
Okay, so Mr. Producer is here on the YouTube. And he's peddling like mad to try and get as many messages through. So if you can sort of draw people to the page for the many different shows that are on the YouTube channel of Spiritual Psychic TV.
Yes, indeed.
You might get Johnny Groats soon.
Indeed.
Pedal faster.
Yes, indeed. Indeed. Did we have a question for tonight?
The question is, what is the question?
I know. I've got a question for you. Okay. Does it matter? Are there more spiritual places in the world where the energy is better, or does it matter where you come from? That's a one for you, isn't it?
So where's the most spiritual place in the world?
Because in England, everybody talks about Glastonbury and how magical Glastonbury is, and yes, it is absolutely awesome. Cornwall is fabulous as well.
Circles.
Yeah, absolutely. They talk about Stonehenge, and that's a magical place.
Tour.
Yeah, yep. For me, I love the old island. The Irish, there's something there that makes my spiritual gifts get bigger when I'm over there. Sue says no. Okay. Short but sweet, Suze. No.
So, have we got any questions or anybody that wants to put anything to us tonight, Mr. Producer?
Well, okay. So we need to tell them the way of the game, though, don't we? Really?
Okay. So, for those people who are joining us for the first time on the YouTube channel, the way that it works is post a question to us or answer ours, which is, where is the most spiritual place in the world according to you? Or it might not even be in this universe.
Yeah, or you can give us a really good answer, like Suze. I'm going to jump in first with you, and she's put, oh, she hasn't because it's gone. Okay, Mr. Yeah, no, Suze. I want to jump back in. I want to give Suze a reading. That's okay. Can you jump back at? Oh, brilliant, Suze. You put, I think. Oh, okay.
Oh, jumpers.
Can you pick them up for me, darling? Just throwing them all over the place.
Just can't get the stuff.
Oh, terrible, terrible. Right, okay, Suze. You put, I think it could be magical anywhere you make it. I think you're actually there's an element of truth in that. This is about a lot about the person sometimes. What do you think, Matt?
Well, very much so. Very much about the person, and where you can. It's a little bit like your home can be anywhere. You can make that place magical, because I've been to some places that are called magical or sort of spiritual, and yet there's not been any energy there. The energy's gone. And then there's places that I've been to that are not meant to be spiritual, and they've got so much beautiful energy. We've been to some beautiful places in Ireland and up in Scotland, and the energies up there have been fantastic, and sort of some of the Celtic sort of energies, and but you might have also been into a woods and had shamanic energies, or by the sea and had energies there. So very much agree with you there, Suze.
Indeed. Okay, Suze, I've pulled some cards for you, my darling. I hope you're still there and listening to us. I want to say there's stuff going on around you at the moment. People aren't being fully integral with you. They're not telling the truth fully or not being themselves. I don't know where it is that's around you. They've got questionable motives. Is what I want to say. So don't look for it. Just use your intuition and know that it's there. And I feel like I need to say to you, you are transforming at the moment. You can sniff out the trouble that's someone's telling you little porcupines or whatever. So start using that intuition more with yourself. I feel that there's an experience that's around you that's you need to start. There's things that you need to start changing around you. I feel that you've got to break free from old belief systems. Okay, this is about just throwing things up in the air and saying what works, what doesn't, and seeing how it lands, if that makes any sense. I want to say there's also problems around you, not necessarily with your marriage, but I don't know what relationship there's problems with people being a bit funny at the minute. Okay, there's stuff going on in there around them. So I need to say to you, this is things are going to start improving once people start accepting what's going on and taking responsibility, and a healthy change is coming in them, understanding what they're like, understanding what they're doing. This is a time for you to take your power. Be strong. You are stronger than you think you are, my darling, and your strength and staying strong, this is about you. I mean, look at this. This is this. Look. Okay. Your strength assures a happy outcome. You have got this, my darling. All right. And I want to say the situation where the relationships, I don't know which part of your life the relationships are being effective, but I do know that somebody's not being truthful to themselves. And this is where I think the integrity is, and this is where I think that their questionable motives are coming. They're just not believing in their own truths, and they're kind of almost bluffing things going on here. I want to say to you, there is the situation itself will be handled fairly. It will get itself sorted out. So try not I can take that divorce, but live with my partner. Okay, my darling. Try not to worry too much, because I want to say, look at that one. I don't know if you can see it properly, but it tells me this situation is going to be handled in a fair and just manner. Just stay strong and be true to yourself, my darling, and don't allow others to push you around, and you're going to win. Da-da-da-da! Look at that. Triumphant. In little going woohoo like this, because you got it right. So stick to your guns, stick to your strength. Know that there's either a move or something, a move or a change in someone's healthy change in someone that's going to sort themselves out. This situation is going to work itself out, and everything's going to be all right, my darling. So keep positive.
Okay, so the way that the show works, as per usual, is that.
So Mr. Producer's talking, isn't it?
While I'm talking. So the way that the show works is that you post a question of a spiritual nature, or you answer ours, which is, where do you feel is the most spiritual place in the world? Or if you want to go beyond the world, in the universe, to you personally. Now, if you do that, or you post a question of your own and it's picked, then that person will then get a reading from one of ourselves, which either be a psychic or a clairvoyant reading. So hello, Moini 1967, aka Tina.
Hi to you. And Suze, my darling, you're very, very welcome.
Hello there, Eileen Mackey.
Eileen Mackey, nice to see you. And it's lovely to have SPTV back and to Facebook.
Yeah. Heather Valentine. I think it's all about the individual, most definitely. Yeah, that's what we've just had Susie. Neelam, India.
Oh, India. Yes. Oh, very nice.
That's interesting. Beautiful. Because we've had quite a few of our friends who have been to India, and they say it's the one place that's the closest link to heaven. India. And it's very much.
Pamela said she thinks Asia, Thailand, the Buddha Temple, India, Pakistan, and the Philippines. I feel more spiritual. Do you think it's about the person? I wonder. Do you think it's like that person's own point of view as to where that could be spiritual, or do you think it's generally just a collective spiritual area?
Well, I don't know, because there seems a lot of draw there to the sort of the old ancient sort of Hindu religions, and sort of very much sort of to the Buddhas and all of that. So nature loves, but I think if there are a larger group of people together in one place with a higher vibration, then this could have an effect, most definitely. Yeah, all together, one collective. They're doing research at the moment to do with Glastonbury, and there is two sides to do with Glastonbury, where they're saying that one side was where they would pray, and they would have the sort of longest sort of summer solstice, and then they would have the winter solstice. But there was also a part of it where they would have, on the other side of what's now the road, where basically they found loads of burial sites and stuff, and they just saw it as a mass congregation of people, of anything up to 4,000 people at any one time, and maybe even more. So it just shows you that it's not just about now, but in the past, that sort of link to spirituality and was very much there, and to a greater degree.
Look at the Egyptians. The Egyptians, they built these beautiful pyramids, and they're massively sacred places, aren't they? Anyway, Christine Maris, she just said about the Himalayan mountains, and they're supposed to be very spiritual, and I think you're quite right, and I definitely agree with your next statement, which you say you also think home is where the heart of love is. That's absolutely, I feel that's one of my truths. It's where you all sit down, you all relax, and you all go, whew. And I think half of being able to have peace is where you can go. And if that's where your home is, fabulous. Brit Brat, hello you. Nice to see you. Where's your picture, Stace?
And Sylvia Freestone says, good evening, looking forward to the show.
Oh, good evening,
thank you very much,
Sylvia.
Sylvia Freestone.
Yes, lovely.
So going back to the Himalayas, most definitely, and all around there, you know, going to Nepal and all of that, the Dalai Lama and all of there, but Kilimanjaros and all of the areas of just pure peace and excellence.
Okay.
So, Rebel O'Brien.
Hello to you. Hello. So do you want to recap the question for those that just jumping on?
So for those people who are just joining us, basically, if you post a question of a spiritual nature to us, it has to be a question to do with mediumship, Reiki, healing, something of spiritual anyway that you've always wanted to know. Post it to us, and if you're chosen and we answer it, then we will give you a reading, clairvoyant or a psychic reading. And for those people who think, well, what's your question? What are you doing tonight? You're just sitting there and making us do all the work. Well, we've come up with one as well. Our question is, what do you...
Have we?
We have.
You mean I have?
No, I was sat there.
He was psychically
vibing you, sending the vibrations.
Will you stop?
I was.
Listen to him.
You go, and then you thought, oh, I've got a question. So the question for tonight is simply, where do you think is the most spiritual place on Earth or in the universe if you want to go beyond that? So hello, Heidi Spicer.
Heidi Spicer. Oh, yeah, another universe. Oh, there's a good one, isn't it? Is it on another universe? Is it in another world? Cherie Dyer, when you connect with someone, do they feel emotions? Sorry, I always wonder if angels cry. Oh, Cherie. Oh, that makes me really sad. Oh my goodness. I always wonder if angels... Right, when you connect with someone, do they feel the emotions? Right, okay, let me tell you a very quick little story. My absolutely... to me. Right, okay, so basically, with this... sorry, Mr. Producer was putting me off. He was talking to Matt in my ear then. Sorry about that. So when you connect with someone, do they feel emotions? Right, now, I want to answer that bit, and I'm going to let Matt answer the second part about the angels. My cousin died a couple of years ago now, and he was one of the most... I really connected with him in my family. I adored him, and unfortunately he passed over. But when he came through, I was blessed enough for him to come through to me, because I don't just do psychic work with the cards. I also work mediumistically. And he came through to his wife and his 2 daughters that he'd left behind, and he was heartbroken. He was absolutely sad watching them be sad, if that makes sense, and missing him. And there's an element of helplessness. So this is him. I believe that on an emotional level, they're obviously still connected to the loved ones that have left behind. But I know that they move over to a better place. I know physically they are well, you know, and you know, they are whole again. They haven't got bodies because it's all about energy and their spirit. But they can tune back into this world and connect in on the emotions that they've left behind with the people that they've left behind. So in my experience, and only my experience, because that's all I talk about, is that, yeah, I think they do, because I definitely felt the pain that my cousin felt as he watched his wife and his 2 daughters grieving for him. Fortunately, he doesn't come through like that anymore now. He's the happy, jolly little, you know, cheeky clown that he always was. But initially, he showed me that. I think he showed me that for a reason. Okay,
so I feel that angels, in my mind, it's difficult obviously to say, but in my opinion, yes, they do feel emotions. Obviously, angels have never walked the earth, barring 2. But, you know, they're very much in touch with emotions, like Archangel Shamiel with love, and that is the Archangel for emotions and feeling those emotions. So very much there would be emotions and crying linked with that. Okay, Sherry, so as I link in with yourself on a clairvoyant link, I'm taken to a lady you look like. I feel this is Mum. I've got a very strong feeling around the heart. I feel with this lady that I would have gone very quickly. I feel that I didn't get to say goodbye. I feel very emotional. I'm looking into your eyes, and I feel this lady would have communicated with her eyes. I don't mean there was communication problems, but that she would communicate with her eyes. It's just the way she was. She was very deeply emotional, as are yourself. She's saying there's been a lot of emotions around yourself, and that there has been a lot of things that have been going on. And I just need to say to yourself that as we go forward over the last 3 to 4 months, I need to say that that emotions has become more difficult and more difficult to control. I also need to say to you that with those emotions, it's about you now accepting that you also need to understand your emotions, and that it's okay to feel upset, to feel the emotions of sadness, but also to understand that you're also bringing the emotions of happiness back into your life as well. It's a little bit after the storm, the rainbow comes in, but after the crying comes the happiness. And I just need to say to yourself that you're a strong cookie, you've got through many things before, and your strength is by you being yourself, but always bringing happiness in the world. I can leave that with yourself, and thank you for working with me.
Wonderful. Thank you, Cherie. That was really beautiful question. Hello, Crystal Eyes. How nice to see you. And you've got a lovely picture up there. Yeah, which is nice. Hi, Wendy.
Hi,
Wendy Payne. Nice to see you. It's lovely to see you guys have jumped over from Facebook to YouTube. So that's wonderful. Okay, Shelley Hall, I think spiritual energy is the same everywhere, but some places could have more, such as Glastonbury, as a lot of people go there to connect. Good point. Do you think that people connect in there?
Very much so. I mean, the triangulated, was it London, Cornwall, and there was like 3 triangulation points that landed on Glastonbury. Obviously the rocks coming over from Wales, and yeah, very much that core bit. But like I said, I felt Aylesbury for me as more connection than what Glastonbury is. So a more energy field. So what do you think?
Yeah. Mr. and Mrs. B said the piece of ancient woodland over the road from me is magical to me, as it has my soul tree in it. Now I have to say, Mr. and Mrs. B, you I think you kind of nailed it a little bit for me too. I do believe that there are, as well as specific places, there are things that we connect with different parts of nature that also can be very, very spiritual and magical. So for some people it's the sea, for some people it's the woodlands, for others it's kind of just out in the countryside. Where is it for you? What does it for you? Yeah, this is really interesting, guys. So keep them comments coming forward. We love to hear from you.
So I quite like that one.
I think so.
Mr. and Mrs. B.
I think Mr. and Mrs. B. I think we need to give you a little reading now. I don't know which one I'm speaking to, if I'm speaking to both, but I need to give you a reading nonetheless. Right? Okay.
We all need a soul tree.
Okay. You haven't answered that. You haven't made a comment on that, have you?
So I think very much it's connection to the earth and the earth energies and the elementals, and all of that is really important, and that in itself is magical. And if you walk through woodland, the sort of energy from the trees and nature itself, you can't beat it. It's wonderful.
Okie dokie. As I'm connecting with you guys and these cards here, I'm aware again that there has been there's some kind of changes and stuff going on around you. I certainly am aware there's thoughts whizzing around your head that you need to kind of look deeper into. Mrs. B, Mrs. B, wonderful. You nearly got a reading for Mr. and Mrs. B. In fact, I think you need to just keep your mind open, because I kind of focused on the pair of you two when I asked for the cards. I certainly know I need to say to you, my darling, allow yourself to receive. Okay, this card comes up very, very strongly with you. You are very, very good at giving, and you give and you give and you give. But I need to say to you, this is a time now where it's going to start pulling you down if you keep giving too much. We just spoke a little while ago about pouring from an empty cup. I don't know why it's a cup and not a jug, but that's another story. But I do feel I need to say to you, just keep topping your own cup back up again, or jug, and just allow yourself to keep give back to you. And what I mean by that is, I don't mean give by giving others. I mean things like, I don't know, do you like a foot massage or a warm bath, or just a nice gentle peaceful walk, or sit in meditation, or read a book, anything that kind of shouts at you, yes, that was just for me. That's what you need to do, Mrs. B. And I also want to say there's stuff you're procrastinating with something, my darling. I need you to just stop procrastinating. You're kind of putting something off, and it needs to be dealt with. All right. I feel that you've got to get a bit more clarity. So I feel like I need to say, you know, there's too much stuff. There's too many choices. I don't know which way I'm going. So I feel like I want to just get some space, ground myself, and just breathe and ask them for help, ask Spirit for help. I want to say there's also been a significant life experience sort of around you that's turned your life sort of upside down a little bit, and it's making you you know, that's what's making the procrastination, because it's kind of like you don't know which way to go, where to go, and all that sort of stuff. So I feel like you just got to release the old, see what doesn't work anymore, and just dump it, get rid of it. Look and, you know, talk together with Mr. B and see if they can, see if you, between the pair of you, you can work out some sort of action plan. Because I do know, I've just got this card here. Now I have got, I mean, I'm using tarot cards a little bit tonight, but I'm only using them, I'm not using them as, I'm using them intuitively is the best way to put it. And that is the Star. Okay, and those of you that know tarot, that is the beautiful card. It means all your dreams are going to come true, but in order for them to do that, you need to sort out what's going on with you first. You know, find out what it is that you need to get shot off, make a decision, stop procrastinating, allow yourself to receive, open up your arms. Oh goodness me, that sounds like an awful lot of homework for you there, my darling, but I hope that was okay for you.
I'm really sorry, Mr. B. It sounds like you've got a massage to do, you've got foot reflexology, you've got to run her a bath. But remember, it's spiritual.
I'm sure you deserve every single bit of it, Mrs. B.
So thank you there, Mr. and Mrs. B. Okay.
Oh, thank you, Kirsty. You're spot on. I've been trying to make more time for myself lately. Oh, good girl. Keep up with that. Keeping your trying to make better time, because it's really important that we all do that. Everybody that's watching at the moment, it's more important that you just kind of think about yourself. That's why you've got to, once you think about yourself, you can help others a little more then, because you've filled your own cup up. Ah.
Oh, thank you, Sherry.
Oh, bless you. Thank you so much, Sherry.
Okay.
Oh, that's really lovely.
Any more hellos? Definitely the ocean and trees for me. My little boy is really drawn to trees too. We've obviously brought him up the right, but it must be the Celtic hair look there, Lauren.
Do you know what, Lauren? I think a lot of little people are coming forward now and really understanding the beauty of nature, because my grandson is exactly the same. He absolutely adores trees since he was teeny weeny, and he's only little now, but he always speaks about them. So it's really lovely to hear that all these lovely generations are coming up, being drawn to hopefully look after our planet better.
And it was a lovely sad wobbly jelly, whatever was at the end of there as well. Cheryl, I'm lucky to live by the sea and feel more connected there, more at peace.
Oh,
I know the feeling.
Beautiful, absolutely.
No, the sea is wonderful. And irrespective of where it's crashing or it's as still as anything, it's still wonderful. Nature Lover says woodland and natural pools, running water, rivers, etc. for me.
Nature Lover, you must be quite an emotional person, loving the water. So that links in very, very deep emotions.
So Alison Barton says, there's a place not far from me here in Somerset called Borough Mump. which is an old ruined church on top of the hill that feels quite spiritual to you?
I have to say, Alison, that is a great name, Burrow Mump. You kind of want to put it the other way, don't you, though? So, Murrow Bump. That's, oh, is that just me? Probably just me.
Probably just you. Christine Davis says, surely if the spirits want to come through, it won't make any difference where you are.
Absolutely.
Most definitely, Christine.
Absolutely. This is about the where you feel more spiritual and where it can be heightened.
You know what? I think that deserves a reading.
Go on then.
So, Christine Davis, I'm going to say with you, and then I'm going to give a little bit to you. I'm going to go back to the bump one. So I'll do a very small one on both. How's that?
Oh, go for it.
So, Christine Davis, I'm going to say to yourself, I've got very much a mother feel around you. I want to say you look the double of her. I feel quite cuddly to the body. I feel probably about 5'4", 5'5" in height. Again, I feel like I've got heart conditions. I feel very, very tired and very weary. I would have also worn glasses as well. I feel like I want to do this to you. And I feel that Mum was always right. And I feel that this lady very much believed that. So I do feel like I've got a mum side of family. I do feel like I've got a mum here. I don't feel she would have gone old. I certainly feel sort of like late 50s, early 60s, something like that. I also want to say to yourself that there's been lots of things, and it almost feels like things have been going up and down for about 2 years. But I need to say to you, it's coming to the end of that now. Things are getting a lot calmer, and you're starting to feel a bit of stability around you, and things are feeling a lot better. I need to say to you, stop clock watching, stop concentrating on the things that are getting to you, and concentrate in the now, and hopefully that makes sense to you. Thank you, spot on. Thank you. Can I go very quickly back to Alison with her, was it the bump or the mump? I can't remember, you confused me with changing the letters.
Yes, mump.
Because I like that one as well.
Mump.
So we'll have on there. So Alison Barton, if you're still watching. Right, what I'm going to say to you, Alison, I feel that I've got a grandfather around you, and I also feel that I'm around you. I feel that I'm struggling with my breathing, my chest problems with him for his passing. I also feel with him, he would have worn glasses. I feel like I've got a little bit of facial hair here. I feel that I would have had a cheeky wink. I would have been very complimentary to the ladies, done a bit of flirting, but nothing that was disrespectful. It'd be like, oh, you're looking beautiful today, ladies, that type of thing. I also feel with this gentleman that he comes in and he's sort of patting you on the back and saying to you, well done, that you're starting to look after yourself and you're starting to take note of what you need. So I need to say to you, Alison, whatever it is that you're doing, well done. Your grandfather's around you all the time. He also tells me that you're smelling cigarette smoke in the house and it's getting stronger and stronger. And he's also telling me that with yourself, that I know Kirsty changed the Burrow Mump before, and that's what I got mixed up with. But there's times that you're looking at things quite a lot at the moment, and the words are changing as well. And you're seeing words, you know what they are, but you're seeing them differently. And I just feel that's a message from him, just to give you things that are positive and give you positivity, and also to let you know that the angels are around you as well, and your grandma sends a love to you as well.
Aww.
Thank you for both working with me.
Oh,
Okay,
that's
over to
really
you.
lovely. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Any little bit of feedback you'd like to throw our way would be really good. Eileen Mackie, I'm very drawn to trees. I had a driving lesson tonight. Nearly ended up hitting one.
That's not funny.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Right, can I just say, to do that, Eileen, I'm picking up on energies here. I think a clairvoyance. Don't do that on your exam. You won't pass.
Eileen, you've given me a right good chuckle. Thank you for that. I really appreciate it. You're going to get a reading for that. Eileen Mackie, you deserve that. Come on.
Faith 30.
Okay, Eileen, that was a classic.
You know what, Eileen? That is really getting in touch with the vibrations and energy of the trees. So well done.
card you got pulled up is Mother Earth. You're called to help with environmentalism, probably to plant more trees that you've knocked out. Oh, bless you, Eileen. That's made me laugh so much. Right, let's have some more cards for Eileen, please. Okay, that would be fabulous. Cards for Eileen, please. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you. Okie dokie, thank you, thank you, thank you. Okie dokie. Right, okay. Eileen, I need to say to you, obviously you did pull that card, so I do feel, joking aside, there is some way that you can help with environmentalism, whether it's talking to people, telling people about things, jumping on board with some sort of recycling, reusing, or whether it's to do with some sort of charity work. I don't know. That's your homework, my darling. But I do know that, you know, you are being called upon to help Earth. But I do actually feel, you know, you, joking aside, you have got a huge connection with not just trees. And I don't mean you run into everything else. I mean a huge connection with all kinds of elements of you know, of this world here, because I do feel that there's a connection with animals as well with you. So I need to say to you, just kind of keep an open mind and see how you can help with that, because I think that will bring its own rewards for you at the moment. Now, heaven, will you understand you're missing someone at the moment? Because I need to say to you, you are safe. All right, so get rid of all that worry, all that anxiety, or whatever it is that you're fretting about. Just get rid of it, because heaven and the angels and all this wonderful spirit world is looking after you. Okay, they are taking care of you. They are keeping you safe. All right. I do want to say there is you've got two really beautiful cards about you know, sort of relationships and being in love. You're glad you've uplifted. You certainly have. You give me a right good giggle, Eileen. That was fabulous.
Tell you what, Eileen, it's not you've uplifted Kirsty, but you've uplifted the roots of that tree as well.
Okay, so I know that the number 2 would be important to you, and I also know that you're a healer as well, my darling, because you know you heal people with your words. But I need to say to you, this is you know, this is talks about, you know, you recovering and start to get things back together. You know, there's love coming into your life and being strong. Families are coming together. I see that, you know, falling in love. Look at this, or the resurgence, or connecting with a relationship that kind of got a little bit stuck along the way. I need to say to you, don't give up, because all this wonderful stuff is pouring at you right now. Your cup, as I say, is overflowing. All right, just be aware of your emotions, and you know, and know that you've got an amazing connection again with the moon. And this is be aware of how it waxes and wanes, and I say that to a lot of people, but I know, Eileen, this affects you because I'm very drawn to the moon there on that. So this to me is all about building it, like almost like a new home. You've got it all. It's all coming. So just keep an open heart, an open mind, and allow spirit to help you. And you know, bless you, darling. And thank you so much for that giggle. Mwah.
If you could just give us some feedback there, Eileen, and also what times you're on the road, so we know which times you're on. Okay, thanks very much. We have Faith 30 saying hi.
Hi, Faith. I just need to say, Eileen, as well.
Hello,
you gave Richard a massive chuckle. He fell off his chair laughing his head off nearly.
Okay. Was made of wood.
Yeah. Hi, Marcus. Hi, Suru. Nice to see you.
Hello, Heidi Spicer. My question is,
Heidi.
will Wendy and I ever think of a clever enough question to ask?
And another, you lot are so funny tonight.
Spirit, I've just said, Heidi. Just a minute, they're coming in. No. No.
Stop
No,
it.
I'm sure you will. Wendy says, if I had a heart transplant, could I connect with the beloved of the heart I do receive?
Oh, great question.
He wants to start that first. Who wants to answer that one first?
Go on then. You're itching to. I can feel it. Go on.
Okay, so there is lots of research into this where there have been body parts such as the heart transplants, and that's where they have basically people have connected in. There's been a lot of research also around behavioural studies with people that a lot of the behaviour and a lot of emotions are linked, the heart and the brain are linked completely. So yes, I would say that you would be able to connect with the person who had given their organs, and there have been numerous stories about this. There'll be probably stuff on the internet if you go and research it. But yeah, there's been quite a lot of studies where people have felt that they've been somewhere before, and when it's traced, it was they couldn't take it themselves and wonder if it's a past life, but actually it was linked to the person who passed. So yeah.
Yeah, to me, it's all about energy, and your energy, I would imagine, would blend with that person's energy whose heart it is, or whatever was transplanted with them. So I would say I would agree with Matt. I would probably say possibly, depending on whether you're sensitive that way. Of course, we do connect with our minds, with spirit, absolutely, but we also do, I feel very strongly, connect with the vibrations of our our hearts, with the love as well. So yeah. Anyway, what do you think, Wendy? I'm going to throw it right back to you. What do you think?
Also, if you talk to a lot of people who've just had heart transplant and still alive, a lot of them talk about having experiences like this food they used to love and suddenly don't like. And whether that sort of DNA connection is in there with the previous recipient. Obviously, they don't know that, but that's what we talk about. Suddenly, when they've had the transplant, they don't like chocolate or whatever it is that they used to like before.
But also, don't forget, it is all about energy, because I don't know if you're aware also, people that have had amputees, have had limbs and things, they can still feel their fingers if they've had part of their arm amputated. Sort of removed and that. So I think there's a lot to energy that we really do not understand. So I think it's highly likely. Okay. Still want to know what you think, Wendy.
Yeah. Okay, Wendy. With yourself, I am feeling I've got a lady here who's got different colour hair to yourself. Has got bushy dark hair to about shoulder height. I feel slightly colored to the body, but the lower part of yourself looks familiar. I also need to say that, again, feel very tired with this lady, but I also get stomach pains that go up. So I feel this lady would have had what feels like breast cancer. I also feel with this lady that she was a fighter and she would have fought things off, but I feel that she couldn't fight anymore. And that was quite annoying, quite frustrating for herself. I feel like I'm going more of an auntie rather than a mother figure. Okay. I also feel, but I do feel I'm going mum's side of the family. I also feel with this lady that I wouldn't have gone old. I certainly feel like I would have gone sort of early 40s to mid 40s. I can smell the smoke now, so I do feel there was cigarette smoke. So I do feel this person in the younger years would have been a smoker. And I also feel, I feel there's also a grandmother who comes in who have had pains in the legs and problems in the hips, around the body. Probably be about 5'1" maximum. She comes in and just wants to be known. I feel quite cheeky with her. She's very much a lovely energy where she would have put lots of smiles on lots of people's faces, but also that she would have said things without realizing they were funny. So so she's around yourself. The ladies are coming around just to say to you, just to be the woman that you are and being proud of being the woman that you are and standing up for you and standing up for the woman that you can be. And it's all about being a woman. And she keeps showing me trying to think what she's called now, but the Pretty Woman film, and the lady, Julia Roberts, and she's shown me that on a symbolic to just say, to see the beauty within you, and to sort of say to you, you're once, you're twice, you're three times a lady. Thank you for working with me.
Oh, that's really lovely. Sorry, what was that, Richard? Oh, that's it. Yeah. Which is now singing that song. Oh, I wish you could hear him singing.
Oh, he's
beautiful. He's a right crooner, he is.
Is it crooner?
Crooner.
Oh.
Yeah, not a gooner. No football on this show. Right, excellent. Hi, Alex Stubbs. Nice to see you. A nice smiley face. Kylie Mackie, do I carry on with the driving? Thank you so much for a beautiful message. Can resonate with a lot there.
If you're driving a bike, yes. If you're driving a car, get back to you on that one.
No, don't give up.
No, keep going.
Don't give up. Oh, okay. What would you do? Daniela, oh, bless you. What would you do without you guys? You're so hilarious. I have to say, Daniela, it isn't us. We're just laughing at some of the things that everybody says. I would tell you, we are so, so blessed to be blessed by all you guys here. And, you know, and Mr. Producer, bless him. He's had a bit of a time and he's still chuckling his head off. Oh, what a hero is he, hey?
Okay, Crystallize puts, despite not agreeing wholly with traditional religion, I actually feel quite spiritually connected when in church, not Catholic though, they make my stomach turn. You don't have to be religious, you know, being spiritual and religious are two completely different things, and I don't mean that to be condescending by saying that. And it is very magical to go into a church and just sit and hear the choir and everything else. What do you think?
I just want to say, going back to Crystallize, with those, what you were saying about the church, you're picking up on the energy of people. There's a purity in praying. It doesn't matter what religion you are, but there's, to me, this is what you're feeling. You're feeling the energy of somebody connecting in with the love and the purity. It doesn't matter who they look up to, what religion they follow. When they pray, if it's true prayer, there's a purity to it. And yeah, that is, I think, the essence of a church. It's kind of in the building, in the walls, and, you know, so, and it brings a beautiful peace. So I would totally understand that completely, Crystallize, completely.
And regarding the religious side to it, it's basically whatever resonates with you. And, you know, if that's spiritualism, that's Judaism, you know, traditional Catholicism, it doesn't matter. It's just whatever connects to you and makes you feel different.
Let's do Crystallize a card, shall we? Okie dokie. Let's pull you some cards. Cards for Crystal, please. Thank you so much. Okay. Oh, okay. Right, okay. Now, there's lots of stuff going on for you, my darling. I see at the moment. I feel like there's anxiety around you at the moment where you're worrying about certain situations that are either affecting your family or with your family. I need to say that you are protected. You know, everything is going to be okay. I feel like, you know, there is an element of you that is quite a timid person, and that's kind of deeply hidden, and it's almost like that vulnerability. You're almost worried to show that vulnerability. When you show your vulnerability, isn't an awesome power? People get really scared about showing their vulnerability. They get frightened because they think, oh, you know, people can get to me, or all this, or they see it as a weakness. It's really not. So that little, there's an element of you that's kind of, I don't know if it's shy or timid, or there's something inside you that's really very gentle, and I feel like I need to connect in with that really beautiful side inside you. It's very easy to be very you know, what's the word I'm thinking of? It's very easy to be very protective over ourselves, whether that's in a kind of a harsh way or a gentle way, whatever. It's very easy, but it's about looking into yourself and about looking into what's really going on for you and who you are as a person, because I feel almost like you don't really always know that. I do need to say to you, the anxiety that's around you is I feel I can alleviate that. I'm being shown music. Music is really important to you. It's a massive weapon. People get, sort of worried about all sorts of stuff going on, and then they forget to use the tools that are already there. For example, dancing. There's sometimes there is nothing better than dancing around the living room to your favourite tune, or even sitting there in meditation, listening to your just relaxation music. Okay. I also want to say to you, you are working too hard, and I don't know whether that's your at a job or whether that's just in general around you, but you need to find a better balance, my darling. All right. Help with others, get others to come in and connect with you, allow them to share the burdens and the stuff, and take some of that away from you. And don't be frightened to ask for help, my darling, because you've got this. All right, you've absolutely got this.
Okay, thank you, Crystallise.
Yes, thank
Any
you.
more hellos, please, Miss Producer? Vivian Matos. When people come into my church, they say they feel they've come home. Isn't that lovely? Most
that
definitely.
Is absolutely beautiful. You can't get a better compliment than that.
Sue puts, we are blessed to have you two with us tonight. Thank you very much.
Sue, that's really sweet of you. Bless you, my lovey.
Okay, Britbad puts,
my son's lost some fingers and had the nerves redirected to one finger and a thumb. They managed to save and took him a long time to get used to not trying to use the feeling that weren't there. Yeah, you see, there you go. I'm Britbad. I can't call you Britbad. I know who you are. I'm just going to call you Stacey because I know it's you. And I'm glad you said that. I'm really pleased you've said that, because it does just back up the theory. This is about energy. This is about your own etheric body, if you like, because that's still there. Although the amputee won't have the physical body, that there will be the multi other layers of the etheric and the spiritual. And they all have energy. So yeah, that's really, really great. I think she deserves a reading from her.
Go on then.
No, it's your turn.
Is it?
Yeah, I'll get him working for you, lovely.
Oh, go on then, if I must. But going back to it, obviously you've got the 7 layers anyway, so if one layer's damaged, then you've still got the other 6.
Exactly.
So, right, for yourself then, Britbrat, I need to say to you, I've got Granny here. I need to say to you, probably about 5'5", 5'6" in height, so she's not a small lady. I feel that she's very strong in character. She has a big personality, lots of smiles, has one of your famous laughs. I also need to say to you, she wouldn't have suffered fools gladly. I want to fold my arms like this in disapproval when she wasn't happy. I also need to say to you that there is disapproval at the moment with yourself, because it's almost that you haven't been putting yourself first and you've been thinking about everybody else, and as a result you have been getting a little bit down. I also need to say to you that I'm linked to 3 children around yourself. I also feel that I'm symbolically hearing the song, when they were up, they're up, and when they're down, they're down. And I just feel, well, that must be half term or something. But no, seriously, I feel this is you with your mood up and down. And I just feel that you just need to look after yourself and take time out. I know, there's lots of things that are happening at the moment. I know half terms are a busy time with kids and everything else as well. But I just need to say to you, what is it? One man's never an island, or something like that. Is that the same? She's saying something like one man in his island.
Something like that.
It's something like that I'm hearing anyway. And basically what it's saying is you haven't got to be on your own. It's about you just accepting help, and it's okay to accept help. Your your nan was very much an independent lady herself, and this is the advice that she never took, but she wants you to take. Okay, she's saying it's easier to give it out than take it, and so it's easy for her now, and she's just saying to you that you know, she hasn't always got it right, but hopefully that her advice will make it get it right for you. If I can leave that with yourself. Thanks a lot for working with me.
Yeah, thank you, my lovey. Lovely to see you. Thank you all so much for joining us today. We really, really appreciate it. I know that it's been a bit of a palaver to jump over from one form of media to another, but we really, really appreciate you staying with us. Because Mr. P does work very hard to get it all sorted, even though he's been treated very unfairly and he didn't deserve any of this. I'm really, really chuffed that you guys have stayed true to him and keep supporting him. And I applaud you guys for coming on. I really do. I just want to show big up for the love for Mr. P. Bless him. Come on, send in some love, guys. Send in some love.
And if you can also help by sharing the YouTube link as much as you can to keep people coming on to the many shows. So we've already had the lady who does the palmistry on this evening, and she's on tomorrow night. So and lots of other shows. So
Rachel,
that's it.
A very lovely Rachel.
There is lots of good shows on Spiritual Psychic TV, so just pop onto their YouTube channel.
Okay, so we've got an advert coming up, guys. Don't go anywhere, because we're not. We're going to be right back after. This is night on the radio ship. 31st of October 2020.
Only on YouTube.
STV.
So there you go.
Fantastic.
Is that going to be good or what? It's going to be a lock-in, guys. It's going to be a men's night.
Yeah, scary.
Whoa. So crack open your beers from home, send us cheer, and join us on Saturday.
And we got Deb Clark's Chatting with Spirit on YouTube as well from tomorrow at 1 p.m.
Angelina and Leanne, an evening of spiritual counselling, understand your dreams and readings. And that's tomorrow, 8 o'clock UK time.
Lovely, lovely ladies. Oh, Leanne's show is on every fortnight on a Tuesday, not Thursday now. Okay, so pay attention, guys, to that, because, you know, it'll keep you on your toes. If you're looking for it, it'll be on the wrong day.
And Palmistry and Tarot with Rachel Galbraith, we've already heard about tonight, and she's on 10:30 UK time. So
yeah, definitely worth looking into. She was amazing. I loved that. I loved that. Something completely different. She looked at my palm reading, she looked at my hand and gave me a little reading, and I thought it was amazing. Absolutely
so
amazing.
About 4:30 Eastern time.
Yeah.
So Britt says, very true it is. Thank you, Matt. I will.
Oh,
good
girl. Do as you're told for once.
I must say, I do love to sit in cemeteries.
Do you know what, nature lover, I've got to be honest with you. I take my dog for a walk in the cemetery, and I know people think I'm weird doing it, but it's so peaceful. It is amazingly peaceful. And they've got like loads of trees, and there's just a calmness about it. It's gorgeous.
Nature lover's the other person in the cemetery with you who's walking a dog as well.
All right, okay.
So it's now two of you.
Okay. All right.
No, it is. It's very peaceful.
It's gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. Yeah.
Neelam, hello. Can you see? I thought you were going to say, could you see me? I thought, I'm good. I'm not that good. Could you see where my spiritual path's heading?
So in order for you to answer your question answered, Neelam, you need to then send us a question. Post a question up, and we can, Mr. Producer will choose it, and then we can talk about it. Or you have to answer our question. That's how you get a reading today, Neelam. I hope that you understand.
Rebel O'Brien says, with our spirit guides, if I keep asking for Nikolai Tesla, is it possible he may come through? It doesn't work like that, I'm afraid. Nikolai Tesla may come through with a sit-in or somebody, if it's possible. But unless he's been given to you as your spirit, as a spirit guide for you, then the answer is going to be no. So hopefully you're in your cage at the moment with all your electricity around you. Keep trying.
Yes, I think the thing is with these, you know, kind of wanting, you know, a lot of people say, oh, you know, when people pass over, they suddenly become my guides and things like that. And I think it all, in some ways, it almost disses the people and upsets the people that actually, the normal people that haven't been heard of, that do so many wonderful good. And you know, whether your spirit guide is famous or not, it's irrelevant. They all do the same awesome job, and I'll have a lot to thank my guides for. My guides are amazing, I won't lie, and I love them to bits. So if you know you are blessed enough to have Nikolai Tesla to come through, then I mean, the fact you're drawn to them, it may be possible, but there is no guarantee, as Matt said.
No, most definitely. So it may be that you're drawn to inventions and that. I'm sure Tesla tried to do a spirit communication machine like Edison did to communicate to the spirit world. But
Possibly.
I might be wrong with that. So,
it's me. Okay, Rebel O'Brien, I think you just won yourself a reading with that, my darling. Okie dokie. Let's have a little thing. Can we have one for... Haha, yes, my inventions are coming. And you know what? I am so envious of you. That I've always had this kind of dream that I'd love to be able to be a magical inventor, you know, where you could get, you know, I like things like that, but they just never work out quite the same for me, I'm afraid. I have all the ideas, and just in practice, it just doesn't work. So, yeah, fantastic. Good for you, Rebel O'Brien.
I'm going to say, though, can you get them all patented? Because that's where Tesla went wrong. He invented a lot of things, and unfortunately, we're pinched by all of the big companies. So make sure you get them patented. Exactly.
Okay. Sorry, I'm chucking the cards around again. Oh, and I'm strangling Matt. Sorry about that.
Your first invention's an extension lead for these headphones.
Right, okay, so I guess you probably got enough, because like half a ton of them flew out then. Right, Rebel, first of all, I need to say to you, you have a very strong connection with animals, believe it or believe it not, because you've got this beautiful card coming up here. I know that you are, it's your open-minded, your energy. You're not just clever up there with the invention side. It's you know, you're quite intuitive, and people and you know, the animals are drawn to that wonderful energy, whether you like it or not, is what I want to say. And I feel that you're one of these people that are actually you're all dressed up nice and tidy, and I don't know, in a pair of black trousers, for example, and a white dog will come and, you know, and a white dog, bless you, and a white dog will come and sit near you and end up getting all white hairs everywhere, because I just feel they're really connected to you, and I feel that you can know things about animals. If you're not aware of this yet, try it. Just look into it, okay? I want to say to you, you've got to, again, another one, use music to help you get through the situation that is going on around you right now. Be strong, because I know that, you know, your strength, again, you've got the same card as before. Be strong. Be strong. Now, your strength is going to ensure that everything works out. So don't back down. You know, if you don't feel it's right, say so. all right, in this situation that's around you. You know, stay strong, stay integral to you. You know this. And then if you do, and again, speak your truth. And if you do, guess what happens? Do-do-do-do. It's all triumphant. It'll all work out beautifully for you. So stay true. Keep that connection up with animals, because I do feel there's almost a therapy going on there for you and animals, whether it's you're healing them healing you, or both. I just want to say, allow that to happen. Yeah, always muddy too. Do you know what? They do that to me as well. Yeah, there's always a paw print on there. And why do they always jump up to you when you're cleaning? What is that about? They're just saying hi, bless. Okay, I just want to say to you, darling, you've got this. Just allow yourself to have the strength and courage to be the real you, no matter what anybody says, my darling, and you're going to get this. All right, my loving.
Thank you for that, Rebel. Okay, any more hellos, please, Mr. Producer?
I started putting my 80s back on.
There you go. 80s music.
Ah, fabulous. Got to have a boogie to the 80s. Go for it.
Or does that mean that she's putting on fluorescent sort of pop socks and stuff?
Yeah, or are the shoulder pads coming out and the big hair?
Sweatband.
And the big hair. You just imagine it be big hair, can't you?
Yeah.
The old quiff and that. A bit of a Duran thing going on there.
Okay. Tina's part. I visited spiritual places in Thailand, Cambodia, and Vietnam, and noticed there were lots of people feeling the energy, but there were also lots that didn't seem to. So maybe open to receive the energy. Most definitely, yeah.
Great.
And I think that goes
Absolutely.
very much with what a lot of people are saying tonight, Tina. You know, people go to these places and they don't receive the energy because the energy has been sapped out of it by a lot of people, or they're not open to it themselves, and you know, they're just very skeptical about it. So yeah,
I agree.
part of the world.
Yeah, I agree with that, because I went to I think I've spoken about this before, but I went to Stonehenge. I was so excited to go back, because the first time I went was many years ago, and I felt it was quite a spiritual place. It was before it was really massively populated, and then I went again more recently with his nibs here, and it was so touristy. You couldn't get near. There was people hustling and bustling, and I just couldn't feel the energy there anymore, because it's almost like it had become less of a place of you know, something that's spiritual, and more of a place that just to see, if that makes sense. So yeah, I think people do affect it, you know, and if they're not open to receive the energy, I absolutely agree that would be the case.
And can we just put a disclaimer in? If you're from English heritage, it's a wonderful site.
I just got into trouble. Sorry. Although it is rather lovely as well.
Okay, so Tina, I feel I've got a father figure around yourself. I feel very tall. I certainly feel 5'11", maybe even 6 foot. Very slim to body, dark hair. I feel clean shaven with this gentleman. I feel heart conditions, and I also have problems swallowing. I feel very tired. I feel my passing was very quick. And I also feel that you didn't get to say goodbye to this gentleman. I also feel this gentleman comes around you quite a lot. You feel his energy around you that comes from behind. I also feel that he's giving you healing at the moment, and he takes me and shows me his hands being placed on your shoulders and just giving you strength to keep going. It's almost whatever's going on at the moment, it's taking you down to your knees, and it's difficult to get back up. But he's just picking you up and he's giving you that strength to keep going. Whatever's going on at the moment, I feel that things will get easier by the end of November. And I also need to say from him that, okay, you've been smelling perfume around the house as well. But I also feel that sometimes it's almost, I don't know if it's newspapers, but it's papers anyway, that almost like a draft or something makes the papers go like this. And yet there's no draft or windows open, anything like that. And it's just this gentleman here rifling through the papers and just checking that everything's right. I do want to also say there is paperwork to be checked over and stop putting things off. and there is learning coming up once again for yourself of a spiritual nature. So thank you to this gentleman and to yourself for working with me, and hopefully that makes sense.
Yes, thank you, Tina. That was a great question again. So, Hannah Bass. Oh, here comes another great question. Hi, both. Which sense of the clairs work the quickest speed, please? Thank you. Hannah, I need to say to you, my lovey, it depends on you. It depends on the medium. Sometimes it also depends on what part they are and their spiritual journey. Sometimes that clairsentient will be stronger, that's the feeling. Sometimes if they're tired, that can kind of always step forward. At least that's what happens with me. You know, sometimes people are very visual learners, for example, down here, so then their clairvoyance will be working strongly, so therefore that is the quickest speed for them. That will come in. To me, the quickest speed, that again depends on the person. If you can hear things, that can be pretty instant. If you can see things, that's pretty instant. The same with the feeling and the tasting and all of that. So it depends on you know, where they work. They work on the clear. They kind of mend some bits and then they kind of drop the other bits down while they're mending some bits. So sometimes your clairsentience will be high, and sometimes your clairvoyance will be high, and then they can fix that. What do you think?
Okay, so for myself, it's a lot of what Kirsty's already said. We always resort to type. So whichever one that we find easiest is the one that we will always use. Generally, this will either be clairsentience, which is normally the first clair that develops, or the clairvoyance. If we're really tired, again, the medium will go to the one that is what they like to use. But it's important as a developing medium, or any sort of people who have got mediumistic abilities, to then develop your other clairs as well and get in touch with all of your senses to make your mediumship that little bit better and a little bit more purposeful to the person that you're reading for. So hopefully that answers your question, Hannah.
Okay. All right, Hannah, I need to say to you, there's some stuff in your life that you need to get rid of. This is about looking at looking at your path to happiness, and making better choices than you have. You know yourself, some of the choices that you've made and are making are probably not the healthiest for you. So have a little think about how you can change that to make yourself, for example, I feel if somebody has too much caffeine, then basically what happens is the anxiety then can creep up. If somebody doesn't have enough sleep, then quite often the depression or the negative side can come forward with that. So I also want to say to you, watch your diet as well. So make sure you're eating properly. Start time to look after yourself a little bit better. I also need to say, have a little bit more faith in yourself, that things are going to start working out a lot better for you, because once you start making these changes around you and for you, I feel that others will start paying attention to that and things will start getting easier. I do need to say, again, the star has come out, and that is, again, it's about having faith. Look, your cup overfloweth, and it's all coming out. Just be aware that you are a very emotional person and take care of your emotions. If you feel like you need today, when you're snuggled up under the blanket, do so. But don't allow your past to creep forward and ruin your future, because everything is going to be all right. But this is time now just to look after yourself. You're very welcome, darling. You're very welcome. Just look after yourself. Take the time to just take care of you. See what doesn't work for you. You know in yourself what things aren't working. Be brave enough to get shot of them or change the way that it works. And then just open your arms up and allow all this wonderful stuff to receive, for you to receive it, because things are going to get better for you, my darling. I know this. So either it's a healthy change in the habits of the people around you, or there's a move coming, All right, my darling, I don't know which one it is, but I just need to tell you that. All right, my sweet. So keep positive and start making the changes that you need, my sweet.
Keep working with the other Claires as well.
Yes, indeed. Okay.
Okay, Tina's put absolutely 100% spot on about my dad. Perfect description. I'm filling that draft now.
Excellent.
So he's showing you around. Excellent.
She just bought 2 spiritual courses but hasn't started them yet. Good girl. Excellent. Enjoy your spiritual journey. How lovely. Heidi Spicer
says, how can you tell what is spirit making noise and what is just an old house? Right. Okay. The first thing, spirit don't go. And so that's the
well,
first
actually,
thing.
I don't know why, because I do when I get up in the morning.
They go. Woo! Okay.
Oh dear.
So basically, spirit will give you in touch with your clairs. So they will make you feel. You ask them, is there somebody there? If they don't answer, then it could be that maybe you are walking and feeling a draft. So go towards the window and feel if there's any cold coming through, any areas around sort of the place where there's maybe broken off plaster near the doors. And if there's no draft coming through, that would give you an indication of that. I would also say to them, can you let me know, is that you, so I can hear you? And they will that. You might also feel it, ask them to touch your shoulder. I'm not one for testing spirit in the sense of taunting them. No. I don't believe in anything like that. No. But if you are wanting to know simply, is that you, Dad, is that you, Mum, or whoever, then they're the sort of basic type of things. You know, certainly when we go around houses when people feel that, you know, it needs clearing or whatever, we're doing basic tests to get rid of the obvious to start off with before we even start looking for spirit or spirit presence.
Because that also is important, what Matt's just said there, that last bit. You know, it's about getting rid of the obvious. You know, if there is, for example, you haven't shut the door properly, then, you know, it's not going to take too much to work out that actually that could naturally just come open. But if the door, you know that you pushed the door shut, or you know you put the keys down there and they definitely moved, then things that you can't find a natural explanation for. It's footsteps we hear, can't figure out draft, but I do speak to them. Footsteps, okay, so it's a process, for me, it's a process of elimination, because I am actually quite sceptical, contrary to how I, you know, the work that I feel, and I'm quite sort of open, I'm very sceptical. Eliminate neighbours. Could it be the neighbours? You know, could it be somebody else? If it's not, ask them, as Matt said, ask them, who is it? All right, but don't, you know, and ask them to do it again. But obviously, don't test them. Just ask them. You know, if you're hearing this, they're wanting you to hear it. And also, I think, Heidi, you kind of know. I know certainly will know, Heidi, because I know that you've got a very good intuition. You will know whether it is right or not, because there just won't be an explanation for it. Okay, and also timing, that's another thing. You know, for example, Matt and I were talking about something a little while ago, and then we heard this big crashing. We was in the front room, and we had a big crash in the kitchen, and something had fallen off on the side, right at a pivotal moment when we were talking about something really important. So it's all of that combined.
Okay, Heidi, I've got a young gentleman here, sort of Phil, early 20s. Phil would have had mental health problems. My head is all over the place and it's getting too much. And I feel this gentleman would have taken his life. So he would have gone by suicide. I feel that he was very misunderstood. I feel he left a lot of people behind who were surprised and wondering why he didn't sort of get in touch to say that things were getting too much. He sort of locked himself away, hibernated, and then the next we heard that he'd obviously gone over. I need to say to you, Heidi, can you tell whoever this is related to? Because I don't feel this is to you directly. I feel this is you being more of a messenger. This lad looks like he's got shaved very sort of to the bone, a number one all over. But just that he's all right now and that he's sorry. I also need to say to you, Heidi, that he's on about that there's like a funny odour that you keep smelling around the house, and that it's sort of like, what's that? Can you smell something? I don't know. I can't describe what it is and everything. And there's just this sort of conversation going on in your house. He's been around and he's trying to get your attention, but he's come through now, and he's just saying to you, you've got to keep going forward. And when things get too much, just ignore things and just keep going forward. And if you need to speak to somebody, get the people that you need to speak to. Never leave that with yourself, Heidi. Thank you.
I also want to say to you, you keep feeling a breath next to you on the side of your face. I don't know if Matt's just said that, but I just felt that. And I feel that's a gentleman, a grandfather. So if I can leave their love with you too, darling. I don't normally do that, but he came very, very close to me there.
And Heidi's put yes to the odour, but the only person she knows is female. This is definitely male. Like I said, they had their hair shaved, so they still had, you could see where the hair was. They weren't sort of very neat, sort of shaved head, but it was definitely. If I would say, looking at them, they do look male, but I do feel that's going to come in a conversation, or there's going to be a link to that, and if you can just tell that person, because like I said, I don't feel it's close to you. But thank you.
And I also want to say to you, Heidi, there's often a message that you know yourself that Spirit will take every other opportunity to pass messages on to someone that's not necessarily have this you know, they don't watch things like this. So maybe this is one of the ways that you're going to have to be a little angel yourself, my darling, and help somebody else, as I'm sure you'll find very easy to do. So yeah, thank you, my darling. It's really appreciate that.
Yeah, and when you're looking for that person you got to pass it on to, it's a K, like Kirsty or Kathy. So it's one of those names. Okay, Oracle Sophia says, hi everyone, blessings all, nice to see you.
Blessings to you too, my lovey. Oh, Sam Grogan, who are my guardian spirits and how can you connect with a loved one who has passed? Go on, Dad, sort him out.
Okay, so I need to say to you, you have definitely got a spirit animal, which is a wolf, for yourself, and you will have that connection to being around trees and all of that, and to be out in the wilderness. How can you connect? Simply, if you imagine yourself in a bubble, so do this safely when you've got someone who knows what they're doing around you, and just imagine being in a bubble. You step into the bubble, you float off, and then the person that you want, ask them to come in their bubble. Is probably the easiest way for someone like yourself, Sam. There are other ways, but that's probably the easiest that I would say for yourself that is safe.
Okay. No, I'm quite happy for Matt to have finished that. Right, Sam, I need to say to you, my sweetheart, you need to listen to music more. That it helps batter away the blues. You know, sometimes we all get a little bit fed up, with people, a little bit fed up with the world. You have got to bring on that music. You know, if you want to listen to the 80s as well, have a boogie on down, listen to whatever age you want to. Just listen to it and sing. I know you've got an awesome singing voice, just like your dad has. So I need to say, go on, sing that. I feel like I'm being looked at now. Just sing that voice out, sing it out, and just make yourself laugh. I'll rest my case. Just sing your heart out, my darling. When you're feeling a little bit rubbish or the world's picking on you, just plug yourself in and sing your heart out, all right? I also want to say to you, any worries or anything that are flying around you at the moment inside your head. I don't know what it's related to, but I feel your intuition is really good. You know, you need to trust yourself a little bit more. You need to understand that what that little voice inside you, that one that says whether things are right or whether things are wrong, that's a really good is a good speaker for you. It's a good thing for you to listen to, because we all make mistakes. We all have times when we're not right, and we all have times when we're right. But for the times that, you know, you're not sure what to do, just listen. What is that inside voice saying to you? You know, because when you've listened to that, it's all been okay. And I need to say to you, don't worry about what's coming forward, because actually there's a lot more wisdom in you than people realise. People have judged you in the past, my darling, but you need to go to them, quite frankly, and you need to just focus on your own wisdom. All right, because you're very wise for your years, and there's a lot of stuff coming forward that you need to just pay attention to. And last but not least, again, another one, the star. And the star means have faith that the future is bright and all your dreams are coming true. There's lots of really positive stuff coming your way, and it gets rid of all the challenging times, because I know you've been through it a little bit. So keep focusing on that light at the end of the tunnel, and know everything is all going to come to an end, and you're going to feel really good. And there's going to be lots and lots and lots of stuff you've learned from this whole experience. And I do feel it's quite connected towards sort of lockdown with you, and all the stuff that's going around lockdown and how it's affecting other people in your home. That's the kind of stuff I want to say to you. Just trust your instinct and know that everything's going to sort itself out and everything's going to work out. All right, my darling?
Okay, thanks for that, Sam.
Yeah.
Okay, Nature Lover says, do psychics come here to do this work? If so, where does free will come into play there? Well, you can always say no. There are many people who say, Nature Lover, that basically, you know, I don't want to do that. There are many people who have the gift and don't use it. So you do have free will. We know one, don't we? Whether you're psychic, whether you're a medium, it doesn't matter. You do have your free will. There's a lot of people who've switched off from the gift and never use it, and they don't want to use it, and that's fine as well. But for those who decide that they're going to use it, you know, you will go into service and you will work for spirit, and you will work on the psychic energies as well. So
for me, I know a certain person not too far away from us that doesn't do spiritual work, as in connect mediumistically, but he has amazing spiritual gifts, but he won't use them because he doesn't want to. And I also know my ex, my baby's daddy, he, before he passed to spirit, had amazing gifts, but again, he didn't use them. Again, so it is your choice. It's you know, he was very much drawn to this way of life, but he didn't use them. You know, he saw he was better clairvoyant than I was, and he chose not to use them. But he is kind of now doing that because he helps them on the other side. Now he's passed over.
So there's no longer fate readings from Mr. P. So any more hellos?
Okay, do you not want to give her a reading? That's what I'm saying
I thought
to
you had a reading earlier.
No, give her, no, Nature Lover needs a reading.
Oh, right, okay. Oh, no, it was, all right, don't matter anyway.
Sorry, Nature Lover, he's having a blonde moment.
It's been 3 hours of working.
Oh, listen to him, he's going with it.
It's been a long night.
Okay. Exactly.
So, what have we got?
So thank you for being patient, Nature Lover, and I'll give him a slap later.
Okay, Nature Lover, I feel like I've got a grandfather here. I don't feel very tall. I feel about 5'5", 6". I feel very thin to the body. I feel that I lost weight towards the end. I feel I was quite a chipper, happy person and everything in my life. I felt I would have lived life as if it was my last day. I always had good things to say. I enjoyed being outdoors. I didn't like to be indoors at all. I had a wonderful energy about myself, lots of smiling and everything else. But at the end, unfortunately, it's sort of like the light I could see looking into eyes, there was no life left. And I just need to say to you, nature lover, that you give so much, and you give too much. And this gentleman's getting very emotional, and I've had to pull him back just a little bit because he says you give too much of your heart and you don't deserve to be hurt. And he wants you to start putting you first and seeing the beauty, not in nature, but within you, the true beauty. And he takes me to your eyes. You must have brown eyes. Not that that's because you've got the brown background. He's saying to the brown eyes and just saying he wants to see them glow, not filled with tears. And if I can leave that with you, thank you for all.
And just very quickly as well, you said, do psychics come here to do this work? I believe that I did. And that's one of the reasons why I am here. But then I chose to do this work. And I'm pretty sure if you asked his nibs, he did say the same. Yes. He totally wasn't listening there. Did you see that? Complete and utter blank face.
Wow.
This is what I have to put up with, guys. I hope you have some sympathy for me.
It's not true. It's not true. They're going, oh my God, look at that, 10:05, and they're still working. How amazing.
Oh, will you stop? Okay, thank you so much, guys, for coming with us today, joining us today. Thank you so much for supporting Spiritual Productions TV in this sort of transitional stage where it doesn't really know where it's fitting at the minute. We really appreciate you all popping on. Please continue to do so. It's really important that we keep this wonderful TV production alive, because it's free and it's such an amazing, you know, you get, where else do you get so much diversity? So guys, please just thank you so much.
Welcome, nature lover, and also thank you, Oracle Sophia. And yes, we've come to the end of the show, and thank you for joining us. We look forward to seeing you back at the normal time of 8 o'clock and back on YouTube.
Thanks, Pamela.
So we look forward to seeing you. Thank you for Mr. P for working with us again, and for all of you joining us. Yeah. Whatever you do this week, take care, look after yourself, and be safe.
Stay safe. Lots of love. Take care now.